Hello everyone, I'm Bonnie B. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Bonnie B's Homemaker Experience. I'm back and I am so glad that you guys decided to join me. In this video, I will be preparing a coconut pecan frosting and finishing up my double for your trouble German chocolate cake. Well, let's not wait another minute. Let's get started. Enjoy. Alright, so I have the butter, evaporated milk, and granulated sugar. Then there's the egg yolks, coconut oil, and salt. These are the ingredients that will have to be mixed together and then cooked so that we can prepare our coconut pecan frosting. Alright, now to cook the custard for the coconut pecan frosting, I'll be using a double boiler. And in the top of it, I already have the butter, sugar, and evaporated milk. So now I'll add the coconut oil, which is optional, and then the egg yolks, and then the salt, which, let me point out that the salt could have been omitted since I used a salted butter. Then, of course, I have the coconut and the vanilla and the pecans, and as you can see, the pecans are halves, so they're going to have to be chopped. And I'm going to add all of these after the custard is cooked. Alright, so let's go ahead and chop the pecans now. Now let me say this, that chopping the pecans into smaller pieces makes it much easier to spread the frosting on the cake. And also I roasted the pecans, and roasting, although it is optional, the roasting enhances the flavor of the pecans, and I'm telling you, they smell just delicious. So roasting the pecans may be something you may want to try. Alright, I have this over a medium heat, stirring the ingredients almost continuously throughout the entire cooking process. And while I'm stirring, I'm scraping the sides and the bottom to make sure that it cooks evenly, because if I don't do this, I'll end up with lumps, and that's not something that I want. Again, I have to keep stirring this while it's cooking. And it does take a few minutes. It's going to take about 20 to 25 minutes before it's ready. Alright, we just had a color change. You see how it got to be like a golden yellow, and it's thicker than it was before? That's how we want it to look. See the difference? It's getting thicker. Alright, it's nice and smooth, that golden yellow, and relatively thick. There it is. Alright, okay, now it's ready. So let's remove it from the heat. And then we're going to add the vanilla and stir it in thoroughly. Alright, let's go ahead and get the coconut in. We'll just kind of dump that in. It's okay. And then the same with the pecans. And so now we're all done cooking. All we need to do is just mix this together. All right, once we get it all mixed together, then we just allow the frosting to cool until it is thick enough to spread. This is the setup that I use whenever I frost a cake. I take wax paper strips and cover the base of the cake, whether it's a cake board, cake plate, whatever it is. I place wax paper under the first layer to catch any kind of drips or mishaps that might occur while I'm frosting the cake. This will give me a much nicer final presentation. It's going to look neater. The plate or board or whatever is going to look cleaner. And since I am sending this cake to my brother, I want to make sure that, it looks especially neat and clean. So always use wax paper strips to cover your cake plate or board. All right, let's go ahead and start the first layer. All right, let's put a dollop or two of frosting onto the first layer. We'll spread it out to the edges and then put the second layer on. Repeat the process, then do the sides. Now with the German chocolate cake, frosting the sides is optional, but I'm going to be frosting the sides because I love this frosting. It is so delicious. And as you can see, using the wax paper strips is really a good thing to keep the base clean, to protect it from all those little drips of frosting onto the base. I do want to point out at this time that since I used coconut oil in my frosting, it did not set up as quickly as it would have had I only used butter. So I need to place the cake and the frosting in the refrigerator for a few minutes to allow it to firm up. Then I can finish frosting the sides. Okay. Here it is, just out of the refrigerator. And this is working out much better. After I finish it, I'm going to set it back in the refrigerator and then I'll frost the second cake, but this time off camera. Then I'll be back with both cakes. Okay, that does it. Okay, so here are both of the German chocolate cakes. Now let's just go ahead and remove the wax paper strips. And this is pretty much a straightforward process. Take a hold of the one wax paper strip at a time, and you can kind of hold your cake in place with the spatula as you pull the wax paper strip out. And there it is. And then we'll just do the next cake. Hold the cake in place with the spatula and pull the wax paper strip out. All right, that's it. So here we have 2 German chocolate cakes, one ready to be eaten and one to share. Well, that ends my Double for Your Trouble German chocolate cake video. I pray that you enjoyed it and that you saw or heard something today that was beneficial to you. If you did, click the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, that is Vonnie B's Homemaker Experience, and share it with everyone. And click the bell to be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you again for joining me. Until next time, goodbye.